May profits be upon you. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I'm hoping that you're having a great weekend. All right, I'm getting ready to do a analysis on Bitcoin. I don't do a lot of crypto analysis, but every so often I will with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others when somebody uh, gives me a request for it. And if you want me to look at any chart, whatever asset it is, I'll take a look at it, and I'll be looking through the prism of ICT concepts, and we'll see what we see. Now, let's just get right to this Bitcoin. All right, I'm looking at the monthly. I'm going to give you a top down here. All right, we're looking at the monthly, and what I want you to pay attention to is how the previous highs were taken. Oops, what is that? What happened there? What happened here? All right. I want you to see that when price took that high here, it didn't trade through. All right. Price pushed up, pulled back, pushed higher, creating this double top, and then just descended. Why didn't it make another high? Why didn't it make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high? Why didn't it do that? Why did it just turn sharply? Well, it's the way it broke the high. All right. If price just wicks through an old high, you have to look at it as a liquidity raid. All right. It's just taking stop losses up here. All right. And you have to conclude once you see price reject from that high, come back, just pull back from it, then you have to think that there's a high probability chance that price isn't finished with its business at the lower prices. All right. If price was to trade through, all right, and close here, then you think, hey, there's a high probability chance that price wants to continue to higher pricing. Okay. That shows clear intent when price closes above an old high. All right. So bear that in mind. Okay. And also, do you see bullish fair value gaps? This is how I know when price is going to go higher. Why did price turn around here? Why did, why did price turn down here? Turn around. Why didn't it just continue down here? Right? Why didn't it just continue a downtrend? It's because price hit a wow, man. What is really going on here? uh, that's because price hit this bullish fair value gap here. All right. I'm looking for bullish fair value gaps to give me direction, to give me an indication of what the intent of prices. All right. Price pulled back into this fair value gap, rejected well, 1, 2, 3, and then continued to higher prices. The deal is, did it create other bullish fair value gaps along the way? There is a very small one here. All right. Right there. All right. Very small. And it didn't hold. All right. But what did form on the way down? A bearish fair value gap. That lets me know that price has an intent on looking for lower pricing. All right. 1, 2, 3. This is a breakaway. When price closes below the expansion candle of the three candle formation, when price closes below that, that makes this a breakaway gap, right? And you don't think price is coming back up higher, coming up here. What I look at what I do is I look towards the next candle of the three candle after the three candle formation, and we see the fair value gap, we see the breakaway. I look towards this. If price closes below that low, then I'm not looking up here for price. I'm not expecting price to come back up here again. Okay. What I what happened in this case is that it was a bullish candle. So this high becomes vulnerable. I'm looking for price to come back to this fair value gap to continue higher, to continue lower pricing. You understand? All right. I'll, we'll see it. We'll see this plenty of times, so you'll see me explain it more than a few times. Okay. So I want you to bear the notes in mind for what's happening now. Let's move over. We have a new high. It's an old high. All right, we got a new high that's just been taken. But why do I have a black line here? All right, this is now a, 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 a structural point that was traded through, not wicked higher, like this, and it didn't wick high and then uh, pull back, and then we start to say, oh, it may not have the intent of going higher. No, it traded through. Now, this isn't a very convincing trading through. I'll be honest with you. It's not the most convincing, but it did break and close above that old high. That gives me, it leans me more bullish than bearish. All right. But what seals it for me? What strengthens my argument for um, a bullish run to come? That prices wants to seek higher prices. What gives me more confluence is this huge bullish fair value gap. All right. If you were paying attention over here, like I just finished bringing it down to you, you're going to look for a fair value gap to strengthen your argument that price wants to go higher. And you see how price closed after the long expansion candle. All right. That means if price doesn't go past this high, then that means this low is vulnerable. And price did come back to that low into the fair value gap. And what do I expect? This price to continue higher from here. That's it. Now, look at these uh, rejection wicks. All right. Price is holding up great in this fair value gap, finding support here. And we are just tapping this consummate encroachment, the 50% of the fair value gap. All right, that's a very important area, because when price starts to close below that fair value gap, chances are there's a high probability chance that this fair value gap is not going to hold, and the price may seek lower prices. All right, we may have to go to the next bullish fair value gap, which is located uh, on, as far as the monthly is concerned, down here. All right, I don't think price is coming back down there. I think we're going to find. Uh-oh. I think we're going to find the support needed for higher pricing here. All right. If we look at now, I want to remove these. We're going to go to the weekly, and I want to show you something. All right. Again, we are here, and price has traded through the old the old high. Right. Nice uptrend, a very strong impulsive up move upward, and we've traded through, pull back, and this time we did not take the high out, unlike over here where there was a double top, right? But the second high is a higher high. This one is a lower high. This is a failed swing. All right. Price has an intent to pull back. All right. Has an intent in my eyes to pull back. All right. And we pull back into this daily fair value gap here. All right. I want you to see the nature of that pullback. All right. One, we pull back into this uh, market structure shift here. That's a market structure shift. All right. And with a market structure shift, you're looking at intent. You're looking at intent. Does price intend to go higher, lower? What is it trying to do? All right. Well, it pulled into and just below that market structure. We pulled to the midpoint of the fair value gap. And guess what? We found support here. All right. Where is the bearish fair value gap here? Price eliminated the creation of a fair value gap. This looks like it was going to be an expansion candle for a fair value gap. All right. But price eliminated that. All right. And we see a bullish close to the week of last week. I'm thinking that this is a good sign to show that price has an intent to go higher. All right. And come after these highs up here for liquidity. And do we have an obstacle? Sure. Yeah, we have an obstacle here. There's a bearish fair value gap here. All right. And why am I not really all that in like I'm not too concerned with it, because price is already traded into it. Price is already traded into it. All right. That is the more you see price trade into a fair value gap or order block, it weakens it. Weakens it as far as in this case as resistance. So I'm looking for price to continue past that. That is my assessment. We're going to see if price. Now, this is what will invalidate this scenario I'm giving you. If price trades past that low right there, if price trades past this low, when I say trade past, I'm talking about trading through. If price trades through, like with a bearish impulsive candle, like so, like this one here, all right. If we trade through that and close below this fair value gap, that exposes the uh, lower prices here. Now, I like this one in the middle. I like this one in the middle for support. Why? I'm going to tell you why. All right, just be patient. Stop yelling at me. All right. Now, why is because uh, there is a market structure shift here, and that is a confluence for me. And if I can just pick the right one, all right, that's a confluence for me when it intersects a bullish fair value gap or bearish fair value gap, and you see the market structure shift going through it. It's pretty. It solidifies that fair value gap in my just in my experience. All right. And there's also another one right below it within this base rally. This basing here, the price is going to likely find some good support if it should reach down here. Right now, that scenario is the one that would invalidate this whole situation for me, the whole bullish situation for me here. All right. I'm looking for price to continue higher. Next week, I'm looking for a bullish candle. I don't see a bearish fair value gap strong enough. If this was untouched, I would have a concern about it. Right now, because we've already traded into it, I'm looking for price to take these highs. And if we close above this high next week, the high of this bearish fair value gap, you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going for these highs after that. This is an internal to external move. All right. What price has completed, if we go back to the monthly just for a hot second as I close this video. All right. What you can see is this high is an external target, external liquidity. All right, because it's outside of this inside, the inside stuff where price was generating uh, liquidity points here. All right, people were taking shorts and leaving stop losses and taking longs below here and leaving stop losses. Prices generating, coming to get them, taking these people out, generating more, and then coming to take them out. That's the way it works, right? So we have an external target, and the internal targets are the fair value gaps in the order blocks. All right, we have an internal. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that one there. This is the bullish fair value gap. This is an internal target, right? This is the external. Let's just call it X. All right, we have external targets here. Price pulls internal to external, internal to external. That is how a trend is made. In this case, it's an upward trend, right? An uptrend, right? In this case, we went external here, right? And then it starts to seek internal liquidity, right? Took out that fair value gap that was there, took out this one that caused the price to bounce in the first place, comes right there. That's external. And then what does it do? It turns around, looks for the internal. I mean, the external liquidity. This is internal. It comes down, takes it, goes to external, goes back to internal, taking out this fair value gap, comes back to external. And where are we at now? Internal. What are we looking for? Another external move. We're looking for a higher high, higher low, higher high. I hope I explained that clear enough. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. I respond to all of my viewers' comments and questions. May profits be upon you. Trade safely. I will see you in the next video.